Hey there friends on YouTube, it's your boy Zeals. Thanks for being here today, and if this is your first time here, thanks for joining my journey. And if you want to come back, make sure you subscribe. And if you've been here before, welcome back. So guys, how have you been? It's been a long, silent week. But today is Friday, and you know what that means, boys. I mean, I'm pretty hyped. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm pretty decked out hype right now. So first thing I noticed was how buttery smooth the game ran on iOS. I mean, there are less frame drops and the graphics have been smoothed out, I guess, and looks glossier. Is it just me? It's pretty noticeable, I think. So I'm welcoming the changes. Anyways, let's go over this week's events before the main event for the night. This week we got the casino and the shelter event. I'm reading the veteran players' reaction thus far. For this week's event, most of you guys are not really happy with the rewards. I get it guys, I understand. You guys are saying it's boring, but I mean, it's pretty much how it is every week, right? It's an idle game. But for me, I'm actually glad Vesa and Rosa have made a reappearance, since any hero that benefits newer players is a plus for me. I like seeing you guys grow, right? So Vesa is still fantastic for low to non-spenders who doesn't have access to meta heroes like Belrain, which is the main event for this week, and I'll be covering that momentarily, so stay tuned. Rosa is a great debuff buffer for the rest of your teammates, especially through his basic, active, and passive skills. The basic skill hits all 6 enemy targets and reduces their armor. His active skill lowers their attack but boosts your heroes. He's a decent hero to have for PvE to buff your heavy hitters, especially if you're lacking Cruise or Heart Watcher or any other alternatives. Alright, so the main focus for today is Belrain. Hell yeah! Out of nowhere has been buffed to high heavens. She was already a tier 1 hero who fit in so many various comps, like glued them like gel, and nobody really asked for a buff. But hey, whatever, I'm not a developer, but I'll take this opportunity to smash my opponents. I literally had no chance to beat, just yesterday, right? Oh my god, she's literally Valkyrie tier pre-nerf, but in healing. It's without a doubt a huge power spike for those who have her. Like, wow, like seriously, when the patch hit, I woke up and I was blown away. I was like, what am I seeing? Like, I'm seeing Belrain on my Discord, and I'm like, what just happened? Am I like dreaming? I don't know. It's funny how good things come in bundles, because today I got a mail from Google. Finally, after 3 months of waiting, I got a new phone today as well, which we'll talk about in the next video, and Belrain got buffed out of the ass. What the fuck? Seriously, out of nowhere. I'm going to overlay the before and after changes on your screen. 3 main changes are that her basic attack heal has been buffed from 220 to 250%. Her active skill now adds 20% healing boost effect with a brand new combat buff icon. It looks like a heart, alright, to me. As well as gaining 20% CC immunity, which was what I've asked for like since release, or damage reduction, but I'll take the CC immunity any day. And speaking of her release videos that I've made and I've covered, I think about like 3 to 7, I remember saying she'll come out on top at the end of the day, and that meme will subside as people finish transitioning to full E3 endgame meta, and voila, just as predicted, boys. Her active skill also does more damage to 4 random enemy heroes than hitting all 6, which is awesome as she doesn't feed every opponent with energy. Pre-buff, she literally just tickled them, doing like what, 108% of her attack, like, which is like no damage. And since she's got built-in crit, if she crits with her active hitting all 6 targets in the past, she had a chance to feed them 20 energy instead of 10, which is the game rule when critting. Now, when she crits, it's actually decent damage and doesn't hit all 6, so it's pretty good change overall. Now, let's talk about the 3 major buffs in order. Her basic attack heals 3 targets, and when she's alive, that's mostly where her heals come from. It's a healing over time, and it was already pretty strong, especially if you have an aura, but now it's just ludicrous mode. I've seen an overlap of 2.4 million healing from her basic attack. What? How is that even balanced? Developers, come on, what are you guys doing? Of course, the value changes depending on how many attack reduces and steals the opponent has. Now you take that overpowered basic attack heal and you add in 20% healing boost buff on 4 random ally heroes, and it's just nutty. What were they thinking? Of course, me being me, I went out and tested how this healing boost buff behaves. First, I tested if it works with Deer, and the answer is a simple no. Second, I tested if Crew's max HP heal through his basic attack would work, and the answer is surprisingly yes, it does buff it. Third, I tested to see if E3 passive heal worked, and my god, it does. What? It's disgusting, boys. Like, seriously. Now, add in all other percent attack value heals from heroes like Jara when she's taking damage, Cthulhu when he takes damage, Vesa when she does her basic and active attack, etc. And they all get the boosted heals from Belrain's active skill buff. This has a ripple effect to the rest of the meta as dot heroes are affected by Belrain just being able to out-heal them. So rather than buffing Cthulhu, they unintentionally nerfed him with Belrain's buff. Oh my god. Like, also Mim suffers as there's no kills going off. With stronger heals, and even if there are, Mim's dots are not menacing currently with the amount of attack reduces and steals. But then we got buffed Rain on top, like daddy holding the door to the cookie jar, dude. Omnivore Sia is more appealing now since burst is the key. It's the key. It is. It's the key. Like sustain dots, those tickles, they don't work. If they can survive enemy Sia, that is. Alright, so Omnivore needs to survive your Sia. Like, if you have a Sia with your Belrain, covering for your Belrain, your Sia will be pretty much countering or reducing enemies Omnivore or their Sia. Alright, one or the other. Of course, this increases synergy of Redemption, Rainbow, mostly Valkyrie, as she's getting more healing and survivability. How? Since the lower her HP, the more E3 passive heals her. And with the healing boost, it's just over the top. I'm going to cover in detail the effect of one hero's buff is to the rest of the meta in a near future video. As for Belrain's artifact, it's best to use Magic Stone Sword now to boost her CC immunity to 45% and 38% damage reduction with her awesome skin. You can even use her in slot 1 to spread more healing boost buff, as I've seen it overlap to 40%. As she's in slot 1, she's getting hit more, and the energy, she's able to do more actives, right? Active to basic to active, things like that. Speaking of her skin, we can finally use skins as our portrait or avatar, whatever you want to call it. Finally, guys, I've been asking, or people have been asking this for almost a year since skins have come to introduction. I think it's been like, what? I want to say like, yeah, I think a year, right? So almost a year after we've been asking for it, we finally got it. Hey, better late than never. I'm not complaining, it's awesome. There's also the interface change, I guess, for the bigger phones. I'll be happy about that because I'm going to be installing the game tomorrow on my new phone. Anyways, guys, if you found this video helpful, or my Cthulhu King Barton series insightful, if you got anything out of it and you want to give back, make sure you help a brother out on Patreon by supporting my work. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys very shortly. I'm out.